Good evening. I am Lisa Mariah L. and I am requesting all Moorish nationals to help me and my son in our time of need to fight the de facto court system of the juvenile emanating from the Louisiana territory, which had separated me and my son August 14th, and this is in lieu of me. That same day I had just picked him up from a 9-day hospital stay, and I'm attempting to be as brief as possible. This is my second video. My first one was for my lawful notice of my name declaration and correction and proclamation and publication. Now, this is evidence of my lawful name declaration. Okay? And this is this is the cover page of the Moorish American Consulate as well. Okay? Now this is my signature page showing my former appellation fraudulently in the constructs of all capital letters. So I've changed my name. I changed my appellation, for me and my son. Okay. This first video from my phone this time is going for the public record on the record to show that we are no longer in the de facto system of the so-called American government, as we are non-citizens or so-called, nomads in our own land. Because we know black, colored, African American, Naga, Negro has no standing in law. So I claimed our nationality, which was December 9th, 2018, as you can see here. My son and I were separated, by the so-called people that had, that were dealing, the CPS or DFACS, DHS, what have you, under some very, very criminal, they criminally imposed and separated me and my son, in which they had no right to do that. My son was not being harmed in any way. I picked him up from a 9-day stay at the hospital. So I just want to say for the record, I, Lisa Mariah L., being a direct descendant of the ancient Canaanites, Moabites, assert my birthright claim and right of title, standing squarely and duly affirm. I do declare and proclaim upon divine law, upon nature's law, upon universal law, upon my Moorish birthrights, upon international law, and by treaty and constitutional law, declare, proclaim, and say, I, Lisa Mariah L., being previously misclassified and misidentified by persons of the United States Society doing business, of the USA doing business at North America, was falsely designated under the callable wardship name of Lisa Marie Miles. And I do hereby refute the said misclassification and frauds, making it known to the public, and publish my corrected free national name, attribute, and title. And I just would like you to see some of the lines that are written here, and there's a signature as well. And for item 2, as you can see, right here, signature, etc., with a seal. Now I'm asking Moorish national peoples to please come to our rescue. You know, whether you're in Louisiana territory, Texas territory, or any of the territories where you could assist us. Like I said, August 14th, 2018, my son was given to my sister, who had driven from Texas to get him, while the sheriff's department, or the sheriff lady who had locked my son up for 9 days before, and I was picking him up on August 14th. They called me from the hospital to pick him up. That sheriff lady, you know, she sent, you know, had me locked away for 7 days while he was driven out of town. It was a horrifying experience, because during that trying time, I discovered, after getting my medical records, that I have bradycardia, which is a blockage. And that is the reason that I have been to the hospital many times for chest pain since 2014. And we were slated to go and deal with Mrs. Dr. Sebi's people to help assist with the cellular cleansing, so that I can free my system, make my red blood cells whole, so that I would not be classified with sickle cell trait, which compromises my circulation. And my son and I, you know, were denied many things, especially our liberty. If there are any Moors out there that could help, please help. I'm making this video from my phone because I tried many times earlier from another larger device and the videos would not go through. Some of the people I would like to speak about or list in my so-called struggle for freedom and liberty, dealing with the juvenile court of the state of Louisiana, the sheriff woman Wilson. Her name was Wilson. And this was the New Orleans Sheriff's Department. Sherilyn Thomas, ADA. Nzinga Hill, OPD. Frederica King, dcfs. Lorraine Clavins, dcfs. Brandon Klein, MHA. Alicia Turner, dcfs. And also the clerk of courts, who had refused to give me her name or sign my delegation or give me a copy of her oath of office. And she refused to give me an oath of office for the one that signed my son's name away, which is retired Judge Donald T. Johnson. Here is listed as Judge Pro Tempore. Okay? Just for the record. On the record, you know, and I was just trying to reach out. Please help us. I will list my email, and my email is layeye33 LAYEYE33 @gmail.com. I'm asking someone to please, or a group of Moors to come to my rescue. I have learned a whole lot about the law, and I do realize that any law that goes against the Constitution is null and void. And I was put in handcuffs, and I was told, what law did I break? Who did I hurt? Am I being detained? You know, especially with law that I break. And no one answered me. silence can only be equated with fraud where there is a legal or moral duty to speak, or where an inquiry left unanswered would be intentionally misleading. U.S. versus Twill, 550 F 2D 29799. Where rights secured by the Constitution are involved, there can be no rulemaking or legislation which would abrogate them. An illegal arrest is an assault and battery. The person so attempted to be restrained of his liberty has the same right to use force in defending himself as he would in repelling any other assault and battery. State versus Robertson, 145 ME 7772 ATL 260. And so there's a lot of things that I can quote right now from my Declaration of Facts and my affidavit contesting the one that was fraudulently written about me. However, I'm going to cut this short because my goal is to upload this video. And for the last 3 hours, there's been difficulty. So I'm trying my phone as I did declare my nationality on video previously. So please, Moors, help us. I, self-law, am master. Islam.